What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we're looking at cannabis stocks, especially Tilray, which is up huge. I'm looking at the chart right now. It's very impressive. Let's look at it together. Here's what's going on. Tilray is up huge on earnings today, okay? They are doing incredibly well in both the pre-market and just general trading. I mean, we're at highs of day on this bar, though we are dropping, a couple cents here, but that's nothing we can't recover from. As you see, every time we've had a little red bar, it's been followed by many green bars. So what happened today? Why is Tilray up so much, right? Let's look at the longer term chart and figure out what's going on with Tilray and why we're jumping. Well, the reason is somewhat obvious. It's the earnings call, right? But let's build a little bit of a backstory for what's going on here. So, in the past, we've had some pretty negative earnings calls on Tilray, and we can go back even further actually. I don't believe we've ever had a positive earnings call. Tilray has never been a profitable company. However, that just changed today, and that is the reason for this huge spike this week. And, actually, today, really, we're seeing a huge spike. And what I find interesting about this spike, well, I'll get into that in a moment. What I have noticed with Tilray is that every time we have a big spike like this, you can kind of look back at the past. Whenever there's a big spike up, it tends to be followed by a somewhat significant rally, right? We were down around $5-6 right here, jumped up to 7.7, and then the following days jumped up to $11, right? Same kind of thing happened here, right? We had a big jump up from I guess 9 to 10 is a significant jump when you're down that low, and then we rallied all the way up to 22. Another thing happened here. Jump up that day from 19 to 23, and we rallied all the way up to 67. Now, this could very well be the beginning of another huge spike in the price of not just Tilray, but all cannabis stocks, right? Because across the board, this is good news for cannabis stocks. Let's look at some other stocks. Sundial Growers, huge day today, right? Up 10%. Aurora Cannabis, Organigram, both almost up 10%. Canopy Growth, up 7%. Hexo, 9.25%. Wow, we just spiked up pretty hard. And Kronos, of course, up 7% today. So this is all coming off of Tilray's earnings call, right? The reason that all these stocks are spiking is because Tilray was expected, if we look over here, they were expected to lose 8 cents per share by analysts. Okay, analysts were once again, they were wrong about the earnings call for cannabis stocks, and they actually really drastically underestimated what these stocks could do. Tilray is the first of many stocks that are going to be releasing their earnings over the course of the next month, and they blew expectations out of the water. Instead of losing money like analysts expected, they made quite a bit. 18 cents per share is pretty good for a stock priced this cheaply. And if we look at some other stocks, we can see Sundial has an earnings call coming up August 10th. Aurora has one coming up September 21st. And Organigram, that's a bit further out. They actually just had theirs, and they did boost a bit on their earnings call and then proceeded to drop down a bit. So let's get back into what Tilray is doing and where Tilray is potentially going, right? Because we have seen spikes like this in the past that have been very good for Tilray, at least in the short term. Now, why this spike could be different, it could be good for Tilray not just in the short term, but in the long term as well, is because this is a real fundamental change to their company, okay? Instead of losing money every quarter, they are now making money, okay? They're going to be able to use that money, if they so choose, to expand. And not just that, but these stocks are oftentimes pretty heavily shorted by institutions. And if we look over here, do we have a short float? No, we don't. I will get that in 1 second. Hold on. All right, we're back on Market Watch, and Tilray is currently 7.42% of the float is being shorted right now. So that's not an incredibly high number, and that's probably because maybe some insiders knew that Tilray was going to be performing pretty well over the next couple of weeks or months, maybe ended their short positions early. I would have loved to see what it was at before, a couple of days or weeks ago, before this earnings call came out. But that's not an incredibly high short float. However, a lot of institutions do like to short these money-losing companies because, honestly, from a fundamental level, it can be a good idea, right? If a company is losing money, that tends to lead to a lower stock price over time, right? Because the company is losing money, investors are losing confidence the longer that company is unprofitable, and it ends up being a kind of a decay in the stock price. As you can see, they can have really big spikes when good news came out, but then they do tend to wither away, and you can actually see that if we look a little bit further back. Yeah, Tilray can have some big spikes, but then it can just wither away and be a really good investment in a for a short position, right? So what's going on with Tilray now, and how high will it go? That's almost, I mean, that's tough to say how high it will go, right? Because we are probably at the beginning of a long upward trajectory for this stock, right? We're probably going to keep trading higher, is my expectation for at least Tilray, right? It really depends for the other cannabis stocks how high they're going to go. What matters for them is their earnings call, right? Because if their earnings aren't positive, then they're still losing money, and institutions may still be seeking to short them. Tilray, on the other hand, has shown that they're profitable. They're now making money, and they're going to be able to use that to expand. And they're not really a huge target for shorts anymore because they're just a normal company like everybody else. They're making money. Who wants to short that? So I think that over the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of months, even, we could see a big rise in price. Probably, nothing crazy, right? We just saw plus 24% today, and who knows where we'll end the day at, right? We're not going to see that every day for the next couple of months. So probably not. I mean, maybe we will. Maybe some good news will come out, right? If legalization happens, we could see some big spikes up. But over the short term, I think that Tilray will continue to trade higher. Over the next couple of months, I believe they'll continue to trade higher. As more cannabis stock earnings calls come out, I believe Tilray will trade up with sympathy from them, because that's kind of what's happening for them when Tilray's earnings call came out, right? All these stocks are going up pretty big today. And as long as this trend continues, that the trend of cannabis stocks doing better than analysts expected, which is likely, right? If one cannabis company is doing better, it's likely that cannabis sales were up across the board for all the companies, right? There's no reason. I mean, maybe they just stole market share from their competitors, but it's more likely that restrictions were eased in Canada and more sales were able to go through for all companies involved. So I expect that across the board, a lot of these cannabis companies are going to be doing better than what analysts are saying for their earnings call. So that is my analysis on Tilray. I do think that over the next couple of weeks or months, this thing will be moving up. And a lot of investors, think that this might be a point where it's too late to get in because, oh, wow, it's up 24%. But if you look back just a month ago, we were higher than this. So it's really not too late to get in. However, a lot of people may have been invested in this already and may have put most of their capital in, prior to this time, and don't really have much capital left. So something you can do, actually, if that is the case, if you need some additional capital, something you can do is you can go to the Webull or Robinhood or public referral links that I have in the description of this video and get free stocks for signing up. And you can instantly sell those stocks, right? You have to sign up for an account, maybe deposit $5 or $10, and then you get free stocks for signing up for those accounts with the referral links that I have in the description. You get free stocks. Some are valued up to $2,300. It's a pretty crazy, pretty awesome deal, really. And then you can sell those stocks instantly, use the cash to buy Tilray or, Sundial, Aurora, whatever you want, and potentially make more money than those other stocks that you got for free would have made you. So if you're interested in doing that, links are in the description. I really appreciate that because that helps me out as well. I will then be getting money to buy these stocks also. So if you want to do that, I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.